Hello, steady-hearted Taurus. Something meaningful is beginning to gather around you. A quieter, steadier form of abundance is finding its way into your life, one that feels real enough to touch and solid enough to build upon. This is not a distant dream or a hopeful illusion. It feels more like a seed finally meeting fertile ground after a long season of waiting. You are guided to this message for a reason, because these days around June 22 and 23 carry a rare kind of energy. As the light of the summer solstice settles into a new season, a doorway begins to open for those who are ready to honor their own value and receive what life has been preparing for them. Taurus, your energy belongs in this moment. This message arrives exactly when it is meant to. This is more than a passing video. It feels like an invitation carried on warm summer air, something that stirs a deeper knowing inside you and asks you to pay attention. Perhaps you can already sense it, that subtle shift moving beneath familiar routines, that feeling that something is gently rearranging itself. A new current of abundance is beginning to flow, and you are being encouraged to step toward it. Venus, your ruling planet, continues to highlight themes of worth, stability, and meaningful growth, while deeper planetary influences encourage lasting transformation and stronger foundations. At the same time, the emotional atmosphere surrounding this new season invites hidden wisdom to rise closer to the surface. This moment reaches beyond astrology alone. It speaks to timing, purpose, and your willingness to trust what is unfolding. You have carried so much, Taurus. Your patience, your devotion to building something lasting, and your appreciation for beauty and comfort have always been part of your strength. Even when others overlooked the value you brought into the world, that value never disappeared. Life remembered what you have been cultivating beneath the surface. The opportunities, support, resources, and unexpected blessings you once imagined are not appearing because you begged for them. They are moving closer because some part of you has always been aligned with their arrival. This message is here to remind you of something important. Abundance is not a prize waiting at the finish line. It is a current you learn to enter. This season is not asking you to push harder. It is inviting you to become more aligned with what already belongs to you. As the days unfold, it may feel as though unseen threads are weaving together behind the scenes, connecting experiences and lessons that once seemed unrelated. The quiet periods were never empty. They were preparing the soil for what comes next. And if something inside you already recognizes this message, allow yourself to acknowledge it. When you give voice to what you know in your heart, you begin to anchor it into your reality. That simple act of recognition creates space for growth. It helps you become a willing vessel for what is trying to emerge. Before we go further, pause with me for a moment. I want to thank you for being here and sharing this space. Every like, every comment, every subscription, and every time you share this message helps spread encouragement, hope, and possibility to others who may need it. Your presence carries more influence than you realize. Taurus, the energy you bring matters. Your openness, your willingness to listen, and the light you continue to carry are part of what gives this message its meaning. That is why I encourage you to stay with what is unfolding here. What comes next is about far more than money. Together, we will explore the deeper relationship you have with receiving, uncover the beliefs that may have kept abundance at a distance, and reconnect with the flow that has been waiting patiently beneath the surface. You have stepped into an important moment of reflection and growth. The deeper understanding is only beginning to reveal itself. Taurus, you were never meant to spend your life proving that you deserve good things. Your value was planted within you from the very beginning, as naturally as a field ready to bloom beneath the summer sun. The abundance you feel stirring now is not a reward for suffering or a prize for getting everything right. It is the natural result of coming back into alignment with something that has always belonged to you. Many people, especially Taurus souls, have carried the belief that security comes from holding on tightly, that comfort must be earned through constant effort, and that worth is something to achieve rather than something you already possess. Yet those beliefs were never truly yours. They were passed down through generations, shaped by old fears, old systems, and stories that taught people to measure value through struggle. Some of those ideas may feel ancient, woven so deeply into life that they seem unquestionable. But you did not come here to keep repeating those patterns. There is something older and wiser within you that remembers a different truth. You are not chasing abundance from somewhere far away. You are returning to a place inside yourself that has quietly existed all along. Take a moment and close your eyes. Draw in one slow, steady breath and imagine yourself standing beneath a stream of warm honey gold light glowing softly like the long rays of a summer evening. It flows around you with gentle warmth, wrapping you in a sense of ease and belonging. This image points towards something real. Within that light lives everything that has always been yours to receive. Freedom that feels grounded, wisdom that settles deeply into your spirit, creativity that moves naturally, lasting stability, and material support that grows from strong roots. Nothing is borrowed, earned through exhaustion, or owed to anyone else. It exists as part of your natural inheritance. With every drop of that light, you are reconnecting with who you were before fear became so loud, before outside expectations convinced you that you had to work endlessly for what was already written into your being. This is a return to yourself, a remembering, a quiet homecoming. It is an invitation to settle back into your own rhythm. You do not have to chase money across every horizon. You do not have to force outcomes through endless effort or anxious attempts to make something happen. What matters now is allowing your thoughts, your breath, and your entire nervous system to remember that receiving is safe. You are allowed to hold abundance, and you were never designed to live from a place of lack. The truth is that no one outside of you controls the direction of your financial life, not your past experiences, not the headlines, not another person's opinion. This is not about moving faster or winning a race. It is about returning to alignment, one small step at a time. Begin by paying attention to the way you speak about yourself and your possibilities. Notice phrases such as, "I can't afford that," "Money never comes my way," or "I'll probably always struggle." These may sound harmless, but they shape the atmosphere around your life. The more often they are repeated, the more deeply they settle into your expectations. Fortunately, you can choose a different language. Especially now, try speaking from a place that reflects the future you are growing into. Say, "My worth is unquestioned. Abundance flows toward me naturally. I am open to receiving more than enough." Let those words become familiar. Allow them to settle into your thoughts the way warm summer air settles across an open field. When you begin to see yourself as someone who belongs within the flow of prosperity, your experiences often begin reflecting that shift. This is not about fantasy. It is about resonance and the energy you bring into your own life. Trust this, Taurus. Your soul did not come here to be defined by limitation. It came here to remember how to open to what has been waiting within you all along. The key is already in your hands, small and full of possibility, like a seed waiting for the right season to grow. At some point, you started protecting yourself from disappointment. You did it because part of you wanted to stay safe. Little by little, you expected less, made yourself smaller, and dimmed parts of your own light. Not because you lost it, but because you worried that shining too brightly might bring more hurt. Over time, that protection became familiar. What began as a shield slowly settled into your identity until it no longer felt like something you wore. It simply felt like who you were. Yet scarcity was never your true nature. It was a role handed to you long ago, one you never consciously chose to play. And now, Taurus, this is your moment to set that burden down. Picture yourself standing before a mirror, slowly unfastening a heavy layer you've carried for years, something shaped by old fears and worn from long seasons of survival. Piece by piece, you begin removing beliefs that were never truly part of who you are. Perhaps those beliefs sound familiar. Maybe they tell you that security only comes through constant effort, that rest is dangerous, or that lasting prosperity belongs to other people. Yet those thoughts were not born from your deepest truth. They grew from environments where fear often spoke louder than possibility and were passed along by people who learned how to endure but never discovered how to fully receive. Over time, those stories settled deeply within you. They became woven into your habits, your nervous system, and the way you respond to money and stability. But Taurus, as the days following the summer solstice unfold, a different energy is emerging, with Venus continuing to illuminate themes of self-worth and growth. This season offers an opening to loosen what has restricted your sense of possibility for far too long. This is not about fighting your past or proving anything. It is about releasing your grip and learning to trust again. It is a movement from tension toward ease, from guarding every possibility to allowing life to meet you halfway. The invitation is softer than struggle, yet often far more powerful. Pause for a moment and ask yourself a simple question. What belief am I still carrying that no longer supports the future I want to create? Write it down in a single sentence. It might be a belief that there is never enough, that success requires endless sacrifice, or that enjoying life somehow invites loss. When you have written it down, fold the paper gently. Offer gratitude to that belief because, in its own imperfect way, it once tried to protect you. When you feel ready, safely release it and imagine the old story drifting away like smoke rising into warm summer air. This is more than a symbolic act. It is a message to your deeper self that you are ready to stop repeating the same cycle. From there, return to something practical. Not by forcing change, but by becoming more aware. Spend a week observing your relationship with money, tracking what comes in and what goes out. Not to criticize yourself, but to understand where your energy is moving. Clarity is not punishment. It is an act of self-respect. Begin seeing money as something more personal and alive. Instead of treating it as a source of stress or distance, imagine it as a relationship that grows stronger when met with attention and care, much like a thriving garden in midsummer. Ask yourself honestly how you interact with it. Do you push it away, hold it too tightly, or avoid thinking about it while quietly worrying about it at the same time? What might change if you approached it like a trusted partner instead of a problem to solve? As you soften your perspective, strengthen your ability to receive, learn a new skill, revisit a talent you have set aside, seek guidance, or share your gifts more openly. Abundance responds to movement, and even small steps create momentum. Taurus, when you begin moving with intention, life often responds in ways that feel surprising. You are not damaged, and you do not need fixing. You are growing into a fuller version of yourself. The more you release what never truly belonged to you, the more your natural strengths have room to emerge. There are seasons when everything appears quiet. Doors remain closed, messages go unanswered, and progress seems impossible to measure. Many people are taught to evaluate growth only through visible results, yet life rarely unfolds that way. The deepest transformations often happen where the eye cannot immediately see them. The universe moves according to a deeper rhythm than calendars or deadlines. For Taurus, growth often resembles roots spreading beneath fertile soil before anything breaks through the surface. You have already begun loosening the weight of scarcity and setting aside the armor built from old stories. Now comes the gentler lesson of trusting what has not fully revealed itself yet. This is where real change often begins, not in dramatic outcomes, but in the quiet rearranging taking place beyond your awareness. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a wide-open landscape beneath the glow of summer light. The horizon stretches farther than you can see, and although the path ahead remains hidden, something is already preparing the way. Just beyond your view, the ground is being cleared. New possibilities are taking shape while you stand in stillness, wondering about your next step. Support is already moving behind the scenes, and your spirit team is already at work. Taurus, there may be unseen forces quietly helping shape the road ahead. Opportunities are being positioned, conversations are unfolding at the right time, and certain paths are being redirected before they can drain your energy or pull you away from what truly matters. What you once viewed as a frustrating delay may have been a necessary course correction. What felt like rejection may have been protection arriving in a form you did not immediately recognize. Think about the job that never materialized, the friendship that faded into silence, or the opportunity that slipped away just when it seemed within reach. None of those moments were necessarily meaningless. Sometimes every closed door creates room for the one that genuinely belongs in your life. That can be one of the hardest truths to trust, because it asks you to keep moving forward without seeing the entire path. You do not need complete certainty for a direction to be right for you, and one of the most comforting things to remember is that life often leaves small reminders that you are not walking alone. You may notice repeating numbers such as 2222 or 888, hear the same message echoed by different people, or encounter a symbol that stirs something unexpectedly deep within you. Perhaps it arrives through a dream that stays with you long after waking. Perhaps it appears through an animal crossing your path at just the right moment, or through words that seem to answer a question you never spoke aloud. These experiences are easy to dismiss, yet they often arrive carrying meaning that reaches beyond logic. They feel less like accidents and more like gentle invitations to pay attention. If you'll be noticing these moments, give them space, write them down, speak about them, and allow yourself to acknowledge them. Treat them as part of an ongoing conversation between you and the deeper wisdom guiding your journey. And if you have not noticed many signs lately, simply begin with a quiet intention. Try saying, "I am open to the signs. I trust what I cannot yet see." Even that simple statement can soften fear and create more room for trust. It shifts your focus away from needing immediate proof and toward a willingness to receive guidance in whatever form it arrives. Let me ask you something gently. Can you think of a time when something seemed to fall apart, only for you to realize later that it led you somewhere better? Maybe a disappointment pointed you toward your purpose, a detour introduced you to the right people, or a closed door eventually revealed a path that fit far more naturally. Most of us carry stories like that. If one comes to mind right now, I invite you to share it in the comments below. Your experience may be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Sometimes another person's story becomes the sign we have been waiting for. Because Taurus, you have never been navigating this journey completely on your own. Even during the quiet periods, even when life felt distant or uncertain, something larger was still moving ahead of you and helping prepare the way. And now that path is beginning to reveal itself a little more clearly. The more willing you are to trust beyond what your eyes can immediately confirm, the easier it becomes to notice how guidance appears. It often arrives through patterns, timing, symbols, and moments of quiet recognition that seem meant specifically for you. Over the next few days, stay observant. Small experiences may carry more significance than they first appear to hold. You may notice insights arriving with unusual clarity, as though pieces of a puzzle are quietly finding their place. These moments are not random interruptions. There could be reflections of your growing alignment and evidence that the choices you're making today are already influencing what unfolds next. Life speaks through rhythm, repetition, and meaningful patterns. As you become more aware of them, you may begin to feel supported in new ways, not only emotionally, but also within your finances, relationships, creativity, and confidence. One of the languages many people notice comes through numbers. If 22 begins appearing repeatedly, consider it a reminder of balance, trust, and the importance of staying aligned with the life you are building. Around this season, it can feel like a gentle reassurance that growth is happening, even when results are still forming. It encourages patience with the process. You may also notice 888 appearing more often. This number continues to carry themes of abundance and flow, yet it speaks about more than financial prosperity alone. It reflects a deeper sense of fulfillment, reminding you that true wealth often feels like coming home to yourself. Another meaningful sign is 44. Its presence often arrives as a comforting reminder that support surrounds you, even during periods of uncertainty. It carries a steady, grounded energy that can help you feel more secure while moving through change. You might also encounter 622, a sequence that resonates strongly with themes of emotional security, belonging, and building a stable foundation for the future. If it appears, consider it a quiet reminder that the life you are creating is meant to support both your heart and your growth. Taurus, numbers are only one of the many ways guidance may be speaking to you. Over the next few days, Taurus, I invite you to become more aware of the quiet signals that may be trying to reach you. The first may arrive through sound. You might overhear a stranger say something that answers a question you've been carrying privately, or hear someone mention a topic you've been exploring on your own without ever speaking about it. When moments like that happen, pause and ask yourself why those words appeared right then. A second kind of sign may come through color or animal symbolism. Perhaps you keep noticing images of a bull, an ox, or another creature that seems to appear repeatedly in unexpected places. You may also find yourself drawn again and again to shades of sage green, emerald, cream, or warm honey gold. These details can feel small, yet sometimes they carry a deeper message than we initially realize. Every symbol carries its own energy. Every color and every encounter can awaken something that has been quietly resting beneath the surface. Rather than dismissing these experiences, allow yourself to stay curious. Sometimes the smallest details become keys that unlock a new level of understanding. The third sign may come from within. You could suddenly feel guided to contact someone you have not spoken with in years, or an idea may arrive fully formed without any obvious explanation. That is not necessarily your imagination at work. Often, it is intuition surfacing before the logical mind is caught up with what your deeper awareness already senses. Before you go to sleep each evening, give yourself 5 quiet minutes. Reflect on the day and ask, what kept showing up? What drew my attention more than once? Where did I feel gently guided? Write down 3 observations, even if they seem insignificant or difficult to explain. This simple practice helps you become more fluent in the language of guidance. Over time, you begin trusting what you feel before you can fully understand it. Taurus, remember something important. You are not being punished, and you are not being tested. You are being prepared. Life is helping shape you into someone who can receive abundance without fear, hold success without shrinking, and offer generously without becoming depleted. The lessons unfolding now are creating the inner foundation needed for that version of you to thrive. So if these signs begin appearing, do more than notice them. Respect them. Follow where they lead. Each time you respond to one of these nudges, you send a message that says, I am ready for the kind of abundance that truly belongs in my life. And when that openness grows, something begins to change. The patterns, synchronicities, and meaningful moments seem to gather around you more naturally, like wildflowers appearing across a summer field. The resistance you've been carrying starts to loosen, and life feels less like a struggle to control, and more like something you can participate in and receive. As that shift takes place, another quality begins to emerge. Gratitude. Not as a simple positive thought, but as a powerful force that changes the way you relate to life. Gratitude communicates that you recognize what is already present and that you are ready to welcome more. And that more is not always measured in money, even though material support may be part of it. It can arrive as clarity, peace, meaningful direction, emotional security, and a deeper sense of belonging. These are often the very things your heart has quietly been asking for. Abundance struggles to grow where fear remains in control. It flourishes where it feels welcomed, trusted, and appreciated. This does not mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to reconnect with what expands your perspective, even during uncertain seasons. That might be a book that awakens new ideas within you. It might be the calming presence of nature, a conversation that broadens your understanding, or the comfort of a space that feels truly your own. These experiences help return you to yourself. When you place your attention on what is already nourishing your life, you naturally create more room for similar experiences to enter. This is not wishful thinking. It is the way awareness shapes experience. What you consistently appreciate tends to grow in significance. Still, gratitude is not the final destination. It is the doorway. Purpose is what gives direction to everything that follows. So let me ask you something gently. If significant wealth arrived in your life today, how would you use it? Would you create a peaceful home, support meaningful causes, invest in beauty, nurture the natural world, or give yourself the freedom to rest and build something lasting? These questions are not about money alone. They help reveal the deeper reason behind your desire to receive. When resources have no purpose, they tend to drift without direction. But when they are connected to a meaningful vision, they begin serving something larger than themselves. Abundance was never meant to sit untouched. It exists to support healing, creativity, beauty, and growth. It is here to nourish your freedom, strengthen your foundation, and help bring your deepest values into the world. When you understand why you want abundance, everything begins to shift. Whether your dream is to create a home filled with peace, leave behind something meaningful for future generations, or contribute beauty and value to the world around you, money takes on a different role. It stops feeling like something you must constantly pursue and starts becoming a resource that naturally supports what matters most to you. Many people struggle with abundance because they never develop the inner foundation needed to hold it. But Taurus, that foundation is exactly what you are building now. Through self-awareness, honest reflection, daily gratitude, and a growing commitment to your own worth, you are creating the stability that allows prosperity to feel sustainable rather than fleeting. If you want to begin right away, keep the practice simple. Every morning, write down 10 things you appreciate, especially the small blessings that are easy to overlook. Every evening, pause for one quiet breath and offer gratitude for what is already arriving, even if you cannot see it yet. These gentle rituals teach your nervous system to trust life more deeply and help your mind release the habit of preparing for scarcity. Most importantly, release any guilt you may still carry about wanting more. There is nothing wrong with desiring abundance when your intention is to create, support, nurture, and contribute. Many of those feelings were inherited from old stories and expectations that were never truly yours. You do not need to keep carrying them forward. When abundance enters your life, it does not have to be something heavy or dangerous. It can become a force that supports healing, freedom, creativity, and meaningful contribution. The vision you carry inside you may be connected to something larger than you realize. What you hope to create could be exactly what others need from you. And here you are now, Taurus, standing at the edge of a new season. Together, we have moved through old beliefs, signs, inner shifts, gratitude, and purpose. The change happening now is not about discovering a hidden treasure that suddenly appeared. It is about remembering that the door was never truly locked. The question is no longer whether abundance can find its way to you. The real question is whether you are ready to welcome it. No astrological alignment, repeating number, or seasonal energy can make that choice for you. Only you can decide to step forward, not someday when everything feels perfect, not after every wound has healed or every answer has arrived. Right now, in this moment, you have the opportunity to say yes. You are no longer waiting for life to choose you. You are becoming someone who consciously participates in creating a more abundant future through steady alignment and daily trust. Abundance is not living somewhere far away. It is not hidden inside a future version of your life. It is closer than you think, quietly waiting for your willingness to open the door. The key has always been connected to your trust in yourself. So let me ask you something gently. What is one thing you can do today that honors the version of yourself who already feels abundant? Perhaps it is creating a peaceful corner in your home, releasing an old belief about what you deserve, or allowing yourself to enjoy a simple moment of comfort without guilt. Maybe it is as simple as placing your hand over your heart and saying, "I am open now, and I am safe to receive and hold." Give yourself a moment to reflect. What does true abundance mean to you? And how would you choose to use it if it arrived today? Allow those questions to influence the way you speak to yourself, the way you notice guidance, and the way you direct your attention each day. Most importantly, let them strengthen your belief in your own value. If any part of this message resonated with you, or if even one sentence touched something real inside your heart, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Share the number that has been appearing most often for you lately. Maybe it is 222-888-444-622. or another sequence that continues to catch your attention. And if you feel called to do so, write this affirmation below. I am ready to receive abundance with trust, gratitude, and an open heart. Speak those words as a prayer, a declaration, or a quiet promise to yourself. And from my heart to yours, thank you for spending this time here, for listening, and for making space for growth, healing, and deeper understanding. Every comment, every share, and every moment you spend with this message helps extend its encouragement to others who may need it. If this message brought you comfort or clarity, please like the video, subscribe if you have not already, and share it with someone who may benefit from hearing it. May the wisdom of the season, the steady strength within your spirit, and the quiet guidance of your heart lead you confidently into this new chapter of abundance. And as you step forward, remember this: the key was never missing. It has been resting within you all along. You are ready, you are worthy, and this moment is yours.